All right, and we are back from the break, and you all have completed your rest. You've all achieved level 11 after some very fun battles, and
Yeah, fun's not how I'd describe it, but yeah.
fun for some.
I'm sure everybody had a laugh watching me almost lose another character.
Hmm.
All right, so it is morning, and the group is going about their various daily routines that they do in the morning, whether it be freshening up first, having breakfast, what have you, when there is a knock at the door.
This isn't our place, so if assuming the master of the house is nearby.
Uh, as you wait, Rayhan does descend from his study. Uh,
Hearing the knock, I'll open my door and come out.
well, who's at the door?
Not our place to answer your door.
Comes over, opens the door, and there is Kazim. What can I do for you? I am here in regards to the matter of the scroll. Their 24 hours has expired. Did you not get my messenger? I did. I understand that you have the scroll in your possession. However, at this time, I still am being told that they have to make a decision. Either they must silence the complaining party, or they must choose to sell today.
We're not selling anything.
Especially as your little problem has gone away.
Oh?
Father Jackal is no more.
That is wonderful news. I shall make sure the trade princes are made aware that you have done this service to them, and I am certain that this matter will disappear.
Think it should.
A glorious morning it has turned out to be for all. I will trouble you no more. Good day.
Good day to you too.
Good day.
Good day.
And she will
Why
walk
must
into the
politics and diplomacy be so frustrating?
Rayhan just
Whoa.
turns and raises an eyebrow. That's what politics is. Now, on to more exciting news. Before I was so rudely kidnapped, I was able to successfully identify that this is indeed the Scroll of Kakashan. To be honest, I identified it as such after the second day. I spent the next few days trying to find a way to activate it. I just found the passage necessary when I was so rudely absconded from my residence. Now, upon arrival, you bring me two further quandaries, both of which I am able to answer quite adeptly.
Two?
You wish to know the identity of the Sunset Captain?
Ah,
The purpose
yes.
of this tuning fork? The tuning fork is a key. It is tied to this plane of existence.
Pathrax, I'm not sure if you're aware, you were staticky for a while, and your sound is, if you're talking or not, but your sound is completely gone.
Yeah, no, it's just a moment.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
As I was saying, the tuning fork is tied to this plane of existence. So if you were to, for example, go into a demiplane, such as the Scroll of Kakishon provides, it would allow you a tether to come back.
Is this a one-use key, or can it be
No,
used
it is-
multiple times?
It is, as far as I know, nothing is able to break the key.
Now, that is interesting.
Now, as for the Sunset Captain, that was an obscure piece of knowledge that took quite a bit of effort to find.
Figures.
Please go on.
The Sunset Captain, or more accurately termed, the captain of the Sunset Ship, is a denizen of Lang, a alternate dimension, not even of this plane of reality. And they travel between realms on the astral sea and visit Katapesh once every 7 years, when the boundaries between the worlds are thin enough for their ship to cross, using the Land of Dreams.
That makes
A bit of sense.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are merchants. They pay handsomely for all manners of life and magic that is native to the material plane.
Okay.
Given what you've told me of what occurred with that jackal, I believe that the captain wished to acquire him as a good to sell back in his homeworld. As is
By the looks of it, there's
creature.
not really much left of him to sell. I'm looking around at everyone. You know, there wasn't much left of him to be sold.
No, I'm looking puzzled at the whole idea of what you're saying and what he said. I'm thinking, did that creature devour him, or did he somehow capture him, or his essence?
Oh, the creature most certainly devoured him, and there are just bits and pieces of his flesh left.
So why would he want him? Okay, because I'm trying to work out why he would want him dead or devoured.
Well, unfortunately, none of you know what the creature is, so you're not able to understand what occurred. And
No. Okay.
because you don't know what it is, you can't. It's not
Oh,
enough
it's not even
information for
working, it can't.
Rayhan to figure out either.
No, okay. He's gone.
Well, if I'd have known he was a tradesman, I would have perhaps seen if he had anything to sell. I should have made that clear.
I'd say the contents of that bag he gave you more than made up any trade you would want to be a part of.
I'm inclined to agree.
I'm inclined to agree.
Especially since, given the number of rubies I've dealt with from the Pact Masters, I'd say you've probably got somewhere in the range of 10,000 gold pieces worth in there.
Not to mention the priceless one.
Correct.
Well, that is interesting.
Can I just go back into meta for a second?
Maybe I'll go shopping.
We're saying there was a goose egg sized ruby, which Artemis has, the key, and then 10,000 worth of other rubies.
Yes.
Right, just so I got that in my head. Wow, we've got 10,000 gold's worth of rubies to go on top of our thingy.
Yeah, there was a lot of rubies in that bag. In that
Not
little
to
pouch.
mention the other loot that you guys have obtained from the warehouse, which I kept track of for you guys, includes a Wand of Scorching Ray that contains 14 charges, a Boots of Elvenkind, a +1 Ring of Protection, a Bag of Holding Type 2, a Spellbook, and 6 additional small flawed rubies worth 250 gold each.
What do the boots of Elvenkind do?
They prevent you from being tracked, don't they? You don't leave tracks, I think.
Who would like the new bag?
Dunno.
Somebody stealthy.
The
Yep.
Boots of Elvenkind give a +4 competence on acrobatics checks.
Ah,
I mean, I have a handy haversack. Artemis has a bag of holding, so we have another bag to play with.
I mean,
I'm okay to pass on the bag, but I do like the idea of the boots.
The boots would suit you.
I've
Yeah.
got no need for them. I'm not that fussed.
I have
Um,
dragon feet. I don't think I can wear boots.
They're magic boots, stealth size.
I'm also not really one for being nimble.
In terms of equipment, could give the bag to Eliza, I guess, because she doesn't have like a bag of holding or anything like that.
Well, it's a party. They're all party bags, but yes, give it to Eliza.
Because yeah,
So am I
let's
okay
give
to
it.
have boots?
Yeah, go for it.
What else was? Oh, there was a wand, wasn't there? So that can go to whoever wants it.
Scorching Ray, I don't know if I'll double check if I can get it. I don't think so, but that
If no
one kind of
else
fits my theme.
can.
Well, it's got to go to somebody who fits the theme.
I like fire.
And you should have fire. And the more fire, the better. Selenia, the pyromatic dragon. Oh, the pyromatic paladin. Don't forget we've got this other chest of jewels to sell. Or have we already dealt with them?
If it's not in bank totals any more than
It's just listed
No,
in
you still have it in your bank total, so you still have those.
So we still have those. We've got saddlebags, 3 applications of silver sheen, a whole host of potions.
So I will
No.
go ahead and add the new loot to your bank total.
Mine is the boots, which I
And the
believe,
goose egg.
and the goose egg.
Also, I think Artemis still has some of the magical items to return. The
Oh, we've
cloak,
already-
the ring.
Oh, we think we've already returned those.
Did we? Okay.
I think we returned them when we got back. Oh, I would have thought we would have done.
There was some other excitement about the tuning fork, so I wasn't sure.
Ma'am, I think Mathrax said we had given it to him.
Good.
What do we do? Who's going to carry the tuning fork around with them and be responsible for it?
I would say whoever with the tuning fork kind of seems to fit with the scroll, so the two go together.
Oh, Artemis gets the tuning fork.
Any complaints, Artemis?
No.
Okay. Did anyone take the Wand of Scorching Rays?
I'm double checking
How
that
many
one.
charges does it have in it?
14.
I
did-
have that on. I have that on Eliza's equipment list here.
Okay, so Eliza has it currently.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Artemis has the bronze scarab figure, which is the Wand of Open and Close.
Yep. I think so. Oh, we had that.
So then I will remove that from the party chat or the party loot because it is in her loot, and the Wand of Scorching Ray is in Eliza's, so I will remove it from the party loot as well.
I've got the wand of magic missiles.
Yep.
There. So there is a Wand of Cure Moderate Wounds, the chest of gems, which now includes all of the rubies, all of the potions, and the 2 new magic items: the Ring of Protection, Bag of Holding. Or was the Ring of Holding going to someone as well?
The ring,
Or
the ring of
bag
holding. I was.
I mean, ring of protection. Does anyone even need a ring of protection +1? I think everyone has either that or better.
Shit, Artemis.
I have a ring of protection +1 already.
I've
'Cause
already got one.
Eliza has ring of protection +2, and I think I've got at least a +1. I can
I'm double checking Artemis here.
Yeah.
I have a +2.
I've got a +1, so that we can just sell or something. Because we don't need an additional ring of protection amongst us, as far as I'm aware.
For the wand of cure moderate, I have no objection if somebody else takes it. I probably have healing covered, but it might be a good idea to have somebody have a backup if it is needed.
Well, what about a backup if we need to get a cleric backup?
Exactly. Because I'm probably got everything covered between the different channels, lay on hands and everything. I'm probably good, but
I'm just looking through Eliza's items, and it says here she has a wand of cure moderate wounds, 45 charges. I don't know where that's from.
She might have bought that.
Maybe, yeah. But like, she could have just some more cure moderate wound charges because she is the only other caster who has that on their spell list. Because that's not on a sorcerer or wizard spell list.
no, I get that, and I'm just saying if somebody else wants it or somebody else can even try and activate it, that's fine by me. I really don't think I need it.
I'd say either give it to So either Eliza has it, or I guess one of the others could if they've got a half decent use magical device. It's no good to anyone else, really.
Nope.
I've got a 13 on my use magical device.
Again, I
What
have
would
no
we
idea
need
what
to
the modifiers are, so I've no idea what the DCs are because I've never used wands outside of that you need to use that for. So
Well, Cure Moderate is third.
yeah, that moderate is
Sorry. Just collapsing my list and I missed.
Okay, so you guys all have all the loot divvied up, and it's all in the bank totals for you to move about as you wish.
right.
Now, if you'd like, I'm more than willing to give you all some time to prepare. But I for one am burning with curiosity at the thought of going to Kakashan. There's tales of immense treasures, powerful items in there.
Just so I'm sure, if we were to use the scroll and do this, does the scroll come with us, or is it left behind?
To my knowledge, the scroll is left behind. So
So somebody could take it.
I would be the caretaker for you. And given the potential investment that you could then bring to the city, I'm certain the trade princes would be more than willing to add it to my retinue of protection.
Given all the events have led us to both a way to and a safe way to return, something is guiding us to go there. We just need to make sure we have the scroll somewhere safe so nobody else can get their hands on it while we're away.
There's also whatever it was that the Sunset Captain said about whatever it is we go seeking for, we shall find, but whatever it is we shall find is not actually what we're seeking. We're sure we want to go there if we don't know what it is we're seeking.
Considering we don't have any other clues, something is has led us to this.
It would seem so, Selenia. You are right. Well, I didn't think this morning I'd be waking up and thinking about going to another plane. Could be interesting.
Were you to ask me yesterday? No, I do not think that I would have thought I would be going anywhere either.
In that case, whenever we are ready.
Is there anything strange we should expect there? Things we might consider unnatural.
Or even deadly.
Give me just a second.
To go out shopping and get a few bits and pieces better than what I've got, but guys, when we get a little bit more money, there's an item that I want to purchase, but it costs a lot. So
Please go on.
it's called Otherworldly Kimono.
Okay.
Basically, I can trap people in my clothes. It grants me it grants me a +4 resistance bonus on all saving throws, as well as caster level checks. But you know, once per day, I can capture a single creature within 60 feet inside of my kimono. There is no save. It basically locks them in an extra dimensional space created by a maze, similar to a maze spell. Each round, they can attempt to roll an intelligence check to escape. which is a full round action. They're released after 10 minutes anyway. But yeah, the saving throws increase to +6. And when someone's like locked inside of it. So it's a very, very nice item. But it's very expensive. So
We ready to move on?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
We
would
probably
just.
should consider, if we're going to a demi plane or another plane, we should probably consider the equipment and everything we're bringing in there and see if we need any supplies. Things like food and water are relevant.
Yeah, so I was going to say we want to make sure that we're well equipped for however many days we might be away in this plane, because who knows how time works.
And potentially need to understand how to use that tuning fork to get home too.
Mm.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I'd say we go out, make sure we're all well equipped, well supplied. Probably have to inform some authorities for what we're doing.
Somebody sensing the activation of the scroll might cause a lot of excitement given what's been going on here.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get the, we're probably gonna have to get the trade prints involved.
Especially if they're supposed to be protecting it.
We just gotta be careful though, because yeah, don't want
Do we need to tell Alma where we're going, in case she wants us? I know we're kind of on her payroll.
It's to Rakashat. It's clear we still have quite a few more arrangements we need to make. We will, of course, inform you when we are ready. And that will hopefully give us a few moments of alone time so we can discuss things.
All right. So, where do you want to go? What do you want to do first?
First, once we're alone, just briefly asking everyone, are we sure where we want to do this? Because if the scroll is left behind, we need to make certain it is safe. And when we return, the next question is where do we return? Do we return to from where we came, or do we return to where the scroll is? And if the scroll is not where we expect it, what happens then?
Well, if the scroll is not where it is supposed to be because something has happened to it, then I guess when we come back, we're not where we're supposed to be or think we should be, then it looks like we're going to have a fight on our hands.
That's a possibility.
And we might be spent by this point if we haven't rested before we come back.
Why I want to be very, very, very certain where we leave this.
Do we really trust the trade prince?
No.
No,
I mean, they were
Because-
very keen for us to sell it, and all of a sudden, now we've got rid of their problem, they're going to be all of a sudden potentially very friendly.
and not to mention the fact that they were the first to agree with throwing us under the bus, so to speak, here. And
They had the scroll. What stops them throwing us under the bus again?
So
Exactly.
and this is something Selenia would know. The trade princes are concerned with one thing and one thing only:
profit.
keeping profit flowing. If you have at the time, their profit was being threatened by having embargoes placed by the One Source Merchant Group for your refusal to sell. You have removed the complainant and their issue, and they gave you time to resolve the issue while maintaining their stance of impartiality to all. Now that you have proven yourselves and gotten rid of the bee in their bonnet, so to speak, they are more than willing to give you all the aid you need if, instead of selling, you are potentially bringing even further profit into the city in the form of
More
great
money
wealth
from
and
what we're selling.
treasures. And it behooves them to, even in such a lawless land as Katapesh currently is, they still maintain one rule: nothing disrupts business. And if someone were to attempt to take the scroll while you were gone, that is the very definition of disrupting not just business, but their business.
But then let's say we come out and we've got nothing to sell. We don't want to sell any of the stuff that we sort of pick up because we feel it's better off.
It was a
As a
venture
quick
that
rough.
simply did not pan out. But you might feel indebted to them for their part in providing protection. Either way, they come out with some form of profit.
Because people coming here, the people who came here to try and buy the scroll, people to come here for potentially trying to do business with what's going to be coming out of the scroll, and them doing business for, just by the nature of being here.
I'm going to turn around to sort of like everybody and talk to like everybody in general. If this Kakishon is supposedly full of vast amounts of treasure, would it be a better idea maybe if we pick up another bag or two of holding? Who knows how much stuff we could potentially bring back to sell?
If what this vault has in it what we believe and what we've been told, I would say bringing a majority of things back from here would be a very grave mistake.
Yes, I was going to say, what if all of the items we bring back, if we were being unselective and non-careful, could be cursed, dangerous, and bad for business?
Of course, I wouldn't suggest bringing anything that could cause people harm back.
No.
But let's say there's gold and treasures.
I think we just look at what's there, seek whatever it is we are seeking, if indeed we can figure it out while we're there. There are anything else that is of use to us, then we, if safe, bring it back, and if we can happen to find a couple of interesting but non-dangerous items that would make some profit for the trade princes, I'm sure a deal could be struck that would be favourable to them if indeed it is a profitable trip. But if not, They've taken the gamble. I think our safety must come beyond anything else.
Of course. As I said, I would anything that, would not cause harm. The matter of safety of all of us is more important than any item we could find.
If we can get some extra bags without wasting any time, if we don't need to wait several days for them to be prepared, I see no harm in going to the store and grabbing a few. Worst case, we leave them behind.
I'm more than happy to go into town. There's a few things I'd like to look into myself anyway before we leave. Before we venture into the unknown.
Okay, I guess then we'll just figure out what other supplies we might need.
I would think probably
Food, any
food, water, and spell components.
I'm
potions
potentially
we can maybe
looking
get
at,
our hands on.
Yeah, I'm potentially looking at upgrading a couple of my items. Maybe get a +2 instead of some of the +1s I have. Maybe see if there's any items sort of readily available to sell that would be of an increase to me. Something like that. Just have a little shopping trip.
I have concerns.
What, that I want to go shopping?
Go shopping if you want, I'm not stopping you. What if this is a trap?
There's been a lot of
Well,
backstabbing.
or me going shopping?
Perhaps both. No, the scroll.
I think it's a risk that we must. I think it's a risk that we must be prepared to take.
Even if it kills you. Or all of us.
We've come this far. We can decide not to.
What are we getting in return to go there?
What's inside?
And how do we know we won't be trapped there forever?
That's what the tuning fork solves.
How do we know it works?
We clearly understand it's powerful, although none of us are capable of identifying it. You yourself saw the power that in this thing. You don't know what it is.
Actually, to be honest, I do somewhat agree with Artemis there. We do have no we have no idea how this works.
No, we don't.
Is there any potential way that we could try it out, see if it works? I mean, Rayhan, you said yourself, it's nothing to. It's not plane specific. It'll work in any situation. Is that right?
It's not specific to Kakashot, but you have to come from or you have to be in another plane.
Yeah, I'm just saying it might be a good idea to make sure that we know how to use it before going on this venture, whilst we're in a position when we can.
Yeah, but going to any plane, any other realm or plane of existence.
I've already done that fair share of that shit. Someone else can fucking do it, but
in another life.
By the way. I've already had my fair share of sending characters to other realms. Thank you very much.
what I was not saying but thinking is somebody should go look for Thiel and bring him back with the tuning fork.
I was just about to say that.
I mean, if you want.
It would make Jack's dream come true.
Thiel would go a separate way. I wouldn't be retaking Thiel.
That's if, of
But
course, that is, of course,
if you guys want to go and search for Thiel, be my guest.
Let's just point out that we might not be bringing Thiel back, but his remains, if there are any.
Actually, Thiel is...
No. Remember? We actually played that out for you.
Yeah, but it would have taken time for me to level up to level 20. That wouldn't have happened in just a few short days.
No.
So, at the moment...
But at the point is that even at level 20, the outcome was certain.
Yeah. Well, no, it was absolute. I completely disagree. I had you at every turn, and there was a lot of fluff that came up.
Oh, really? Fluff. Okay.
I mean, we can come back. Maybe we have Thiel's head, and we can recite Shakespeare with it. Alas, for Thiel, I knew him well.
Why don't you do what everybody did to me in Rise of the Rune Lord? Just go and get Thiel's fucking sword and sell it!
He wasn't there to complain.
I hold a grudge.
He wasn't there to complain. Anyhow,
I had perfectly good reason to do that.
My point still remains. I think it might be a good idea to make sure this
yes, you are right. You are right, but it's going to be very good. You are right, but without being able to go to another plane, we ain't going to be able to test.
Do you not trust Rayhan's deductions and knowledge?
It's not that I don't trust it. Trust in Rayhan. It's I don't. We don't know how to use it. I'm not saying that it doesn't perform the intended purpose that Rayhan said it does. That I completely trust him.
Have we ever?
But how do we know how it works? How to use it?
Well, maybe Rayhan knows how to use it and can teach somebody.
Did we not think to ask that question before all of this?
I don't know. Just saying.
I did bring it up.
I'm just trying to move it along.
I did bring it up as well with the.
I'm
the
not
question
losing another character for realm diving. I'm not doing it.
I mean,
what should we expect there if that's either unnatural and in mentioned dangerous?
the truth of the matter is that none of us know what to expect there. This is entirely new territory for all of us, I would imagine, and there is an extreme degree of risk involved. But what may come of it, I believe, to outweigh the potential risk. So I think because if who deals with it, who but us?
Somebody who's not us. And we stay alive.
As long as I have you there to protect me, Jaren, I am willing to take the risk.
We'll all cover each other's backs.
I do not trust the trade princes with this. I do not trust any other third party. This is an item valuable enough to be legend.
Both of them are.
I don't think there is anyone else in a position to deal with it right now except for us. So we must take this risk, I feel. But we must prepare to make it as small a risk as possible.
And that's where the question comes on: who do we involve in protection of the scroll? Where it's going to be kept.
I mean, the more greater knowledge means greater chance of others finding out.
They already know where. They already know we have it. They already know it's here, and with one group who was after it having been removed, there may be some more caution. I mean, how many? They already hired what, mercenaries to come after us, and they ransomed our friend here.
I do agree with Jaren. I'm not in favour of leaving this scroll in the hands of people who have already thrown us hostility.
They'll. If it's our only option, if it's our only other option, it's our only other option. But
What if
are we
one of
going to
us stays behind?
for how long? What that puts whoever stays behind at risk as well.
I've heard you all talk about this person who has employed you for this job. What was her name?
Alma.
Alma. Would you potentially be in favour of leaving the scroll in her care?
No. I mean, in her care, in that sense, yes. However, ultimately, Alma still has loyalties to the trade princes, and that just adds an intermediary between them. It'll end up being the same thing.
I see.
I agree that we must go, because even if we do not go, what happens then? Do we sell the scroll, or do we keep it with us? If we keep it with us for the rest of our lives, we will be dealing with these groups sending people after us for the scroll until we do get rid of it. Or do we sit here and stay here under protection of the trade princes indefinitely? I'm not comfortable sitting here spending the rest of my life here guarding this scroll.
There is another option.
What is
Just
that?
give it to them.
We destroy the scroll.
That too.
I don't believe that that's even possible.
We've talked about this before.
Then we need to make a decision as to what the plan is going to be.
What we've been given is what we've been given with this tuning fork is the new option of being able to go and return. We are in the same place we were before with all the options we've had before, but now we have this new one. We have a way there, we have a way back.
All right, let's go. It's a trap. I think it's a mistake. But let's go. We won't know unless we see it, right?
It's true. We have no idea what to expect, and we won't know until we go there. But
The
let's not
only
jump.
question is, how do we use the tuning fork to get back?
I guess it's a risk we must take.
How does one find out how something works? Is that spellcraft, or is that... I know we've been down this road.
Meredith, don't you have family here?
I do.
Is
Why
that
you
not
trust
an area
them?
Is that not an area of trust above just a regular trade prince?
I might trust my
It
father with
is
this,
not-
but unfortunately I don't trust my mother, and they are business people, and they're very eager to get up the ladder of politics. Something like this, I think my
Too
father
tempting.
would understand, but my mother will just see gold.
Gold we can pay, if it means protection.
I don't think leaving it with my parents makes me comfortable on that one. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's an area of thought.
How do we
It
know that we can't take the scroll with us when we go? And this isn't just a ploy to just take the scroll when we leave.
We probably, upon activating it, we activate it through some type of touch or some command word or something. It probably doesn't actually open a portal. We probably just go, and the scroll stays behind and falls to the ground, or stays where it was placed when it was used.
I mean, usually, if it's a one-use scroll, it would burn, wouldn't it? It would. The arcane energy would use the scroll up, and there'd be nothing left.
So then,
But this
Never
is a
mind.
different type of scroll, so presumably it would just fall to the floor, I guess, or wherever it is it's been left.
If somebody does want to stay behind and watch it, I mean, that it is an option, but
preferably
That
somebody
comes
who
with
could stay invisible.
that again comes with risk.
It's all a risk.
In which
Staying
case,
behind and
then
staying in,
It's all a risk.
If that is the case, who would be willing to stay behind?
I see no real benefit in anyone staying behind, but I'm saying if somebody thinks that is going to make a difference,
If I was to have someone stay behind, it would be Jaren. But at the same time, Jaren needs to be on the other side of the scroll.
and I think I
Staying
need to be as well.
behind just splits and divides our strength.
Exactly.
Whoever
Exactly.
stays on either side will be far less prepared.
Exactly.
If
And
anybody
all-
were to stay behind, it would be me, since I mentioned it.
Everyone has skills that would be helpful for us on the other side.
But I think we should all go. However, I reserve the right to, when we do fall into a trap, to say, I told you so.
The right will be exclusively yours.
Oh, yay.
And I don't think anybody would blame me for saying it if it was true.
No, not at all.
I think we're all thinking this, Artemis.
Yes, but when we get out of the trap through our combined skill, then I can
I
say
will
that
be.
I told you so.
Let's not argue who's going to say what to whom about I told you so. We go, we do what we need to do, we get back, we do it quickly, we do it safely, we bring back whatever it is we need to bring back.
Do we even
And
know
then
what we're
we
supposed to
get-
bring
and
back?
If the scroll is still here, as we hope it will be, then we take it and we put it somewhere where only we know where it is.
I do have another
We'll try
question.
and lose it to history once again.
In that case, we could always leave the scroll somewhere where only we know where it is. Maybe deep down somewhere where no one would even think to search for it. We would have to make sure we weren't followed.
We're
when
getting
we
we're getting
if-
ahead of ourselves.
we're gonna get-
regardless.
If we're going to get that far ahead of ourselves, then I do have suggestions on that.
Let's not worry about that now. Let's press on. We're
Okay, supplies. That's where we were at. Somebody Jack wanted to go shopping.
let's get to an equipment store. Let's get to somewhere to get
spell
some
components,
rations,
things like that.
components.
maybe another bag of holding or two.
If we can find them, then yes.
And then, yeah.
Have another conversation, maybe with our friend here, to see if we know how to use the damn fork. Come back.
And the other thing I would ask is there on his research and confirmation that this is indeed the scroll, is there anything of relevant that is supposedly fabled to be in Kakashot that we should keep our eyes open for?
That's going to be a trip to the local library or scholarly place of information.
It's just a quick worthwhile check to see if there's anything we should be ready for. I do have a question. I don't know if it's unfortunate because it's been long since the last time we played. Pethrex, I have in my inventory listed a small bag of gems from Alma. Did that end up going in party loot and or being part of the stuff sold for me to get my headband of charisma, or is that something I still have?
Some of it's still in the bank, isn't it?
I don't know if it is.
No, it's not part of the bank. It was your individual funds.
Okay.
And I think... I'm pretty sure it was not... You didn't have to use it to buy your headband, so you still have that.
Okay, that is excellent. Thank you. And as for some party gold there, we have a lot of money. Can I take probably a couple thousand gold? Well, at least 1,000, 2,000 gold for crushed diamonds for spells like restoration?
No, not allowed.
I thought we'd already agreed that was a given that should be happening.
Yeah, that's what the reagent pool is there for.
Yeah, I don't see where the reagent pool is.
It's right at the bottom of. It's right at the bottom of bank totals. That's basically money we've set aside deliberately for
That very purpose.
Crushed diamonds.
Okay, so I'm going to double check some things here. And I might grab 1,000 or 2 out of that.
Oh, that's what it's there for.
It's for you to save our asses when you need you to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And, just to remind you, I don't know if you had it written down, but the bag of gems, Sargoth, was 2,500 gold pieces worth of gems.
I did. The details I do indeed have. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, so I am dropping the reagent pool from 2,000, and in the reagent pool I am putting 2,000 GP worth of crushed diamonds.
Oh, you don't have to specify it.
No. Crushed diamonds is a common enough reagent that anybody might potentially use it.
Well,
so I'm putting it in the party pool unless there's
an
objection.
You don't have to specify what reagents they are. The pool is I homebrewed, kind of hand waved it that this fund is just that you had those reagents on hand as long as you had the money to pay for them.
So when we need to use 1,000 gold worth of crushed diamonds, then to cast a spell, that's when we reduce it.
Correct.
Yeah, so that we don't basically go into every town and buy every physical diamond and start smashing it to pieces to try and get dust from it. It's like
we've already made an account of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
It's like buying diamonds on credit.
Have a diamond overdraft.
Yep, we have a diamond overdraft. The money's already accounted for.
And I'm like to take at least 20 platinum from the party loot to personal loot just to have it on hand.
Yeah. I mean,
just for any expenses. Nothing. We have 8,000. I'm taking 20.
Yeah, that's what it's there for. Well, we've got stuff to sell, so we've got lots of money in this bank total, whether it's in money or not. We've got a very nice spell book there, actually. Right. Can we
Is there any other particular items that we want? Extra adamantium hammer. I don't know anything.
I would like personally to get maybe a ring of protection +2 or a cloak of protection +2, if at all possible.
And weren't you looking for those bags?
And yes, the extra bag or two, or whatever we can find, really.
Yeah, any protection items. If there's any rings of protection +2 out there, would be nice. Or cloak of resistance +2 would be nice. But I'm not going to be upset if I can't find them or can't afford them.
I'm not too fussed, to be honest.
So if we want to do things on that, yes, there is some basis. It's going to cost us. Do you want it? In the interest of speeding things along a little bit.
I guess we'll just go and see what's available. And then
That's what I'm saying. So we walk into a merchant shop and we go, what's available?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. If we're presuming we're just going, do we need to roll to see if anyone accosts us along the way? Or are we just going to get to the shop without a problem?
No, making your way through town, you're able to get to any number of shops. No issues whatsoever.
Okay. I'm going to first start off by visiting the potion shop.
Okay.
What do they have available?
What are you looking for, Jack?
Anything that could potentially be of benefit to us.
And again, we've got some potions in the bank.
They have most first level potions available, and a handful of second level. Really would be let's see. Yep. So yeah, they have one. They have all 0 levels and all first level potions available, and then for any second level or third level, you would have to make a roll to see if you received it.
Anyone want any specific potions?
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. What's the strongest healing potion that we don't really need healing potions because we've got.
Are you saying Selenia's not good enough?
Quite the opposite.
Of course, Selenia's good enough.
I guess, I'd say like contingency potions, so stuff like, I don't know, spider climb, water breathing,
Escape.
Yeah, like contingency stuff. That's really kind of what we'll probably need. Stuff that we might not have inherently in skill. A potion of fly, if that's physically,
Might be helpful because I do have fly, but I can only cast it on one
it's
person.
basically like hyper specific contingencies is what you'd probably want potions for. So stuff like water breathing, spider climb.
I have a spider climb potion.
Yeah, well, more can't hurt. It's just there are
Well, no, you're absolutely right. That
Well,
sort of thing.
Yeah, there are 6 of us, so
There is indeed.
you know, particularly stuff like spider climb and is particularly significant because not all of us can obviously fly, so that's like a way around
Yep,
stuff like
Spider
that.
climb, possibly invisibility might come in handy
But
because
yeah, I mean,
although
invisibility potions.
can cast
it is-
invisibility, it's going to be limited to how many times I can do it or to how many people I can do it to.
If we're looking at things for those kinds of contingencies, maybe it might be worth looking for items that are a little bit longer lasting than potions. Like if we're wanting things for contingency like invisibility, why don't we look for a ring of invisibility?
or a
Yeah, but that's the sort of thing that we want. So that's what we're looking for. Ring of invisibility, rings of protection, cloaks of resistance and protection, spider climb,
could even get a wand.
artifacts or whatever, or a wand, or a wand of spider climb, anything like that.
Really, yeah. Again, it's just whatever's available. Really, that's all.
From a point of view, because I'm just looking through these potions, there's not a lot that we probably can't do ourselves. Certainly in 0 and 1 level spells.
I'm going to go and buy
that
50
might be.
trail rations as well.
Rations you can find anywhere. Any kind of ration readily available everywhere.
And how much would it cost me for 50 rations?
Well, it depends on the type of food you get.
I mean, I think we all want to eat some fancy shit. We don't want to.
Well, basic trail rations are 5 silver, but other types can be either 1 gold or 2 gold. There's also things like travel cake mix, which is a silver piece. Wander wheel rations, which is 1 copper.
8.
Fuck it. Fuck it. 100 gold. I'll buy 50 of the best trail rations they've got.
Before you do that, checking to see exactly. Highly nourishing if bland. Never mind.
It's always a good thing to have knocking around.
Yeah, I was just checking to see how good the food from Create Food and Water is.
Casting good perish makes 2d4 freshly pet berries magical. You as well as the
You want dwarven trail rations, elven trail rations, gnome trail rations, halfling trail rations, or orc trail rations.
There's no dwarven in there.
Yeah, there was. It was the very first one I said.
Is this dwarven bread, or is this dwarf bread like from Terry Pratchett?
Dwarven trail rations consist of smoked sausages, salted meat, rounded out with hard biscuits and dried vegetables.
That sounds quite nice, to be fair. What about the human ones? Or the elven ones?
Elven soft trail bread made of oats mixed with other grains, berries, and nuts sweetened with honey.
Nope. Next, what's the human ones like?
There isn't one for humans specifically. There is gnome, halfling, or orc.
Okay, halfling and orc. What do you get in those?
Alright, halfling is, let's see, a day's worth of halfling trail rations is actually more than what a typical adventuring halfling eats in a day. A full belly strengthens a halfling's resolve. Common foods include sweetened dried fruit, aged sausage, hard, sharp cheese, honey cakes, and a mixture of roasted grains, nuts, and molasses.
Okay, orc ones. I'm going to regret this.
Consists of coarse black bread, thin sausages as hard as leather, that must be chewed slowly to soften them, dried meat of uncertain origin, and pungent peppers.
Okay, fuck it. We'll go with 50 of the dwarven ones.
What, you don't want to know
Jaren,
about the Norman
being
ones?
half elf, do you eat that elven shit? Is that all you eat?
I have no preference.
Okay, in that case, give me
Elven,
50 of
human,
the
or
dwarven.
generic.
Is anyone here familiar with Terry Pratchett books, particularly The Fifth Elephant and ones like that?
Oh, of course I
Can't
know
say I
Terry
am.
Pratchett.
Okay. So I can't help but think of dwarf bread.
There you go.
Never goes stale, terribly sustaining. Traveler can go for miles just knowing there's dwarf bread in their pack. Traveler can think about just about anything to eat rather than dwarf bread, including their own foot and even pumpkin.
Do outer dragons have to eat?
Oh yeah, we still have those requirements.
I can't just photosynthesize.
Are you a plant?
I'm a dragon from fucking space.
That doesn't sound like a plant to me.
That
You're
sounds
also
like a
not.
dragon.
You're also not green. You don't have chlorophyll. You can't do it. Sorry.
I have green on me. My
let me
skills are
find it.
rainbow.
I'm sure I could find you a template.
The dwarven ones.
Okay. So one additional thing about dwarven trail rations is if you have nothing but these for at least 1 week, you gain the ability to hustle or make a forced march for an additional hour without any ill effects, but cannot do both in the same day. This benefit lasts until you eat a meal other than the rations, or go for a full day without eating a day's worth.
Okay.
Or in other words, if we're eating this most of the time that we're down there, by the time we want to leave, if we need to leave in a hurry, we can probably hustle.
Yes. Yeah, we can get a move on.
We could get a shift on and not stop.
Yeah.
Well, you've got some rations for us then.
Yeah, I bought the rations out of my own money as well. Fucking, I'm not dipping into the party totals for this.
Right, so you've got rations for us. You're providing food. Great. Next.
Bags of holding.
Yeah,
Where's
bags
the
of
request?
holding and items of magical goodies, which I think will all be in the same place.
So right now, there is a bag of holding type 2, a handy haversack, and I forget which type Artemis has.
The bag?
Yes.
Yep.
I think it's in the notes.
Should be in items.
Okay, I'm going to buy a heat stone.
Bag of holding 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So one type 1, one type 2, and a handy haversack is what the party currently holds. So that means just between the two bags of holding, you can carry 100 cubic feet or 750 pounds worth of content. And the handy haversack.
Basically, got Selenius, Meredith shit in it, and that's about it.
That can carry 20 pounds in weight. Oh, sorry. Two side pouches that can carry 20 pounds and a central pouch that can carry 80. So 120 pounds there.
Mhm.
So altogether, about 870 pounds of content.
Spicy content.
Also, at this time, the rations do weigh 1.5 pounds each, so you do have 75 pounds worth of food to be put somewhere.
To a handy heavy sack into a bag of holding, I think.
Either me or Artemis at that point. Then that would fill up nearly half of Artemis's bag, though. It's a lot of food. We should get a bag of holding and call it the bag of food. Food, the feed bag.
If we get bag of holding and call it the feed bag, Zerelia can become the holder of the bag of food.
It's the feed bag.
Yeah.
What does it feed? It feeds us. Somebody just hold it and we eat out of it.
Yeah, we just take it in turns to stick our head in.
It's just a whole potluck in a bag.
Sorry, I'm full of bad ideas.
What is an outer dragon's diet?
Yours is you're a lunar dragon, so look up the lunar dragon diet. Okay, I'm gonna AFK real quick. I'll be right back. Goodness.
Okay. Let's have a look at some magical items now and see what would see if there's anything that stands out. Where is it? Is there a page for just like random magical items?
There is the wondrous items bit on D20 PSRD, which has magical items including armor and weapons. But what they have available is kind of always up to Pethrax. So
just seeing what there is and see if I can find something. I'm not interested in any like items like that. I'm just like random little things that might be a good idea to take. I've got games, so we've got games to play while we're over there.
I doubt I would be doing much of that.
I've got cards, I've got chess.
Let's have a game of chess while that dragon over there decides whether it's going to attack us.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Hey, do you want to play, dragon?
Yeah.
We'll get the holoboard, the holodecks out. Like in Star Wars and play flipping death chess.
Buy a couple of apples of eternal sleep.
Alright, fucking evil queen, chill out.
Well, you can be the one that feeds it to anyone called Beauty.
Sorry about that.
The decanter of endless water. We have spells for water, we don't need that.
We have spells for food. It's just not great food.
Already got a Stone of Good Luck. Okay, so I found the Nimbus and the Nimbus 2001. We've literally got Bruma flying and then the racing flying.
If you ever did come across that, you're saying it was probably an ability, but if you ever did come across an item that's charisma to armor, I'm interested.
I asked Pethrax if he would be up for okay for me to have an item like that created. He said no.
Yeah, that's kind of can be OP.
Yeah, charisma like Dex can become an uber stat. Quickly for a caster, the mental stats, there's a reason there's the limitations there are.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, your kimono is very expensive, Jack.
Yeah, I know. Hence why I
Jesus.
said later on when we have money to throw around.
67 grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could just get a belt of physical perfection +6.
Yeah, but that can't lock people up in it.
I kind of have the dragon equivalent of that. What's mine at though? Or wanted that. I almost got that. That's what it was. The dragon equivalent of that. There's barbels of physical perfection that I was looking at, but instead I ended up getting the blending straps.
Yeah.
It's definitely a want for down the line. So, is somebody carrying the food, or are we literally getting the bag of holding and calling it the feed bag?
I don't know. I might as well, I guess.
Would anyone particularly mind if I dipped into the party funds for 9,000 gold?
What for?
Get myself a Cloak of Resistance +3.
Do you currently have a Cloak of Resistance?
+1, yes.
So anytime that you are going to upgrade an item that you currently have, you just pay the difference.
Oh, so is everyone okay with me taking 8,000 gold from the party funds?
Go for it.
Thank you.
Also, I love making sure that people know that these are available because so few people know that these exist.
What, Cloaks of Protection? No.
Shadow piercings and elemental augmentations.
Oh god, Shadow piercing sounds very Edge. Come on, Jack, this is your thing.
Says you.
I haven't played an Edge character in a long time.
Shadow piercings are magical pieces of jewelry form part of shadow stuff. Some shadow piercings are more just single pieces of jewelry. Instead, they create in sets of one to sets. Okay.
I don't fancy an augmentation, thank you very much. Although they do look pretty gauche.
Grotesque spikes and needles. No, thank you. Excruciating body ornaments. What the fuck are you trying to pull, Pethrax?
It's just some Dark Eldar shit right here.
Now you're alright. You want me to pin back my lips? What the fuck? No.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look at elemental augmentation, see what they are.
The eyes were interesting.
Yeah, I don't cast spells, so it's not of any use to me.
The fire one, I think there's like one spell that I would end up being able to use that one.
I'm slightly interested in the piercings.
Why did I know that?
Because it's me! But not really.
Whirlpool Mort. The user's mouth and throat are linked to an extra-dimensional whirlpool of water. So basically, I turn my throat into a bag of holding.
You want to do that, Jack? You can turn your throat into a bag of holding.
No, you're okay.
I don't think I want your throat bag as food bag.
Yeah.
Vegetating up to the young of a bird. Does anybody mind? He says, if I use the 5 blue star rube sapphires plus 1,000 of my own gold to just up my cloak and my ring to +2.
No objections from me on any upgrades.
No.
Right, in which case, I need to edit that out then, because they're gone.
Yeah, I need to change my.
They're gone.
I need to go into my defenses and add a +3.
So I have the changes because they're gone. And then I need to put 1,000 out of there. That makes 6,000. And that makes that a +2. Oops. Oh, okay. Okay. One. That makes a +2. And that makes that a +2. Which means I now need to go to there. Ooh. +2. That's off. That's off. And that's off. Let's get those things where they should be. That's better. And the core, which is the. Oh, it will be in defense.
I think that's all. I think I'm set. I think I've got everything I could think to need.
think I have everything. I do have a Cloak of Resistance +1 and a Ring of Protection +1. I don't think I need more.
Um,
Actually, I might have something. I might. How about an Amulet of Mighty Fists?
Ooh.
Isn't that just for unarmed attacks?
Or natural?
or natural attacks.
Ah, okay.
That sounds nice.
That could be quite worthwhile.
I think it could help. It might help me a significant bit, depending on what's available and what the party is willing to gold-wise part with.
I don't
Doing
mind.
Anything you need, as long as it just, if it's, you know, as long as we're happy, I don't think anyone will really mind. Just as long as we
Hey
just,
guys, can I spend 67 grand on a kimono?
no,
Okay.
that might be just pushing the boat out a little bit. Plus the
We
fact we
don't-
haven't
we
got,
don't-
actually
have-
have that amount of money, do we?
We don't really have that much. We got like, I'd say around about 20k, roughly speaking. Is my guess.
How much did you borrow, Jack?
8.
Have we taken that out of party funds?
I doubt it.
I didn't. I assumed Pethrax would be managing the bank totals.
So are we? So that is that?
Done
I just
that
making
then.
sure
Oh, hang on, no.
that is 8,000 platinum pieces, not 8,000 gold worth of platinum, right?
That's 8,000 platinum pieces. So how much gold is actually in a platinum?
10 times that, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we've got 85,000 gold.
Yes.
Okay. I did not see that was
So-
platinum. I thought that was gold. Okay.
Which
Yeah.
case?
I'm gonna change it so it says 2,000 gold's worth of gold pieces worth of rubies because I've taken 8 grand of them.
Yeah, okay. Because I've taken all the sapphires.
I presume I would not be allowed 30,000 or a belt of physical might +4.
I think
Why
if
not
it's
roll for physical perfection?
I think if it was, go on.
It's mainly because I don't give a shit about decks.
But it's con too.
Yeah, but I've already got physical might +2, so
I've got
Like,
I've got my plus 2.
physical perfection. Like, because there's physical might, which is +4 on 2 physical stats of your choice, which would be strength and con. Because that's the next direct upgrade for what I have.
Good enough.
Like, it is 30,000. I don't like. I'm fine as is. Like, I don't mind. Like, it's just a suggestion. So would that be acceptable or not? Again, I don't mind.
I'd say it'd be fine.
If it's going to make you better and therefore more protection to the party, then I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely will make me significantly more powerful.
Then yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm pretty sure every single one of us gives you our good graces to take that money and just, spend it.
Make yourself even more hulkified.
Okay, so I've taken off
Shut up and take our money.
30,000. So okay, that's that. Let me just amend my equipment.
Maybe. What level Mighty Fist amulet am I potentially able to get a hold of?
Let's see.
Doing
Well, we've got my fists, amulets. So that's. I would say.
I mean, there's one at 16,000, I think, isn't there? Such as
Yeah, it's 16, which then jumps up to 36. We have 55.
I mean, multi fist plus 2, and that is.
I'm also looking at the potential +2 abilities that could be applied.
What is that? Oh, I can do that anyway.
I don't think, given the other bonuses I have, I don't know if Holy is worth it.
Oh, what you said? Did you say holding?
Holy.
Oh, holy! I thought you said holding.
In combat, weapons critical threat range is doubled against undead.
Undead is potentially something we might be facing in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. I doubt there's going to be very many living creatures.
I mean, it could just be abominations and all sorts of shit like that.
Yeah,
Critical
I doubt we're going to be coming across bandits or people like that. So, I think I don't know about anyone else, but I think I'm about as ready to go as I can be. So,
I'm thinking maybe straight plus. Can I get a hold of, or what level GM wise, Pethrax, am I able to find one of these amulets today?
Do you currently have one?
No.
Okay. It's a neck item. Alright. Throw me 3 percentile rolls.
One moment. Is Roll20 going to let me do that? Here you go.
You are able to find an Amulet of Mighty Fists +1 and you would be able to find someone to upgrade it, but there would be a fee of 30% of the total cost to upgrade it for you.
So 30% of 12,000 or 30% of 16,000?
The cost to upgrade, which would be 12,000.
So 16,000 plus 30% of 12,000.
Correct. $19,600. There you go.
Okay. And looking at my own. Close this. Close this. Roll 20, please. Roll 20 is not happy. I had the dice roller, the bank totals open, and stuff on Artemis's character open, and roll 20 is no longer acknowledging that I'm alive. Exit page, thank you. And I got the aw snap. Okay, so let's we're removing my personal funds.
Yeah, I'm happy. I don't want to do anything to myself.
I would need 1,710 platinum.
Was that 1,170 platinum?
1,710.
Fine. Yeah, fine. No problem. If we've got it, no problem. Having you in better shape is a naturally obvious thing to do.
Thank you all.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
Okay, that's done. Personal funds. Bag of gems from Alma. Deleted. Thank you. And Amulet of Mighty Fists. +2. For reference, my bag of holding has the notes in it that it contains boots of the elven kind. Perhaps we should move that to party loot.
Yes, unless Jack's taking them.
And if I may, Pethrax, what would be the best way for me to add the +2 on my attacks? Do you want me to add them on each of the attacks individually, or should I just modify my base attack?
So, this is the fun part about this. And I'll pull your sheet up so I can show you as well. Alright, so if you go to your attack,
I am.
there is a little box just to the right of the dice rolling button that says ENH. Just tick that up to 2.
I am not seeing the ENH.
It's right by
Mod
the
size.
MWK check mark, which is right next to the name.
Okay. I'm looking. I'm clearly looking at the wrong section. I was looking at. Okay, I'm on attacks. Am I looking at my individual attacks, or am I looking at my base attacks and condition modifier bonuses?
You're looking at the actual attacks.
Okay, yeah. So I'm modifying my attacks individually. Okay. See the ENH. Yep. So that's each of those get 2.
Yep.
Searing attack. Searing light is a spell. It's not. You do. Tail, wing, bite. I missed claw. Where did I miss claw?
Very top.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you.
Yep.
And I believe now, more or less, my attacks count as magical for overcoming effects that require that.
They do indeed.
Thank you.
Of course.
So did we get the feed bag, or am I carrying the food?
We'll get that. Is there another bag of holding available? Because it might be worth just buying another.
Oh yeah, you can find those scattered all over the town.
And did we take the boot? Did we take the boots of the elven kind out of my bag? If so, I want to take it off my list here.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. And did somebody take that, or am I putting that in bank totals?
I don't know, is this a different boots from the one Jack took earlier or not?
I don't know. I had them. I apparently had them in my bag since sometime last session. I don't remember how they got in there, but they were listed in there.
Jack,
Sorry, yes, hello?
did you take, or have you taken, the elven boots that were in the bank loot?
Yes.
There we go.
I did ask
Okay.
if I could.
That's all right. We just want to know because Zar wants to know where he's putting them because he's taking them out of his bag listings.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got them equipped on my character sheet.
Good. Good enough. They're off my list. That's absolutely
Right,
what I
shall
needed.
we grab a bag of holding type 1 or type 2?
Well, if it's just for food, then we probably don't need more than a type 1. If we're actually having a generic new bag of holding to carry all of our stuff,
The 2 wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, I'd say a 2.
Bag
Why-
of a 2 is 5k, bag of a 1 is 2.5, so...
why not cycle out Artemis's bag of holding 1 for the new food bag? Give Artemis the type 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's fine. Yeah, so if we take off 5,000,
Musical bags.
Agreed.
Artemis gets the bigger one to carry the party loot, and then we have the generic one for food.
Mm-hmm.
sounds good.
You are
Yeah.
now able to carry 250 pounds of food.
Yeah.
So we've got how much? So we've got one heavy sack, which I've got a little bit of my stuff in. We've got a bag of 1, which is the food bag.
That contains 75 pounds worth.
That's the food and a load of space, that we have got some space for the shit. Artemis has now got a bag 2, and we had a bag 2 in party loot, so we now got 2 bag 2s.
Yes.
Um,
The second bag
I
2 is what currently contains the party loot.
Okay.
Yeah, so Artemis, right, so we've got 1 bag 2 has the party loot. Artemis has a 2 to put all her stuff and whatever she's carrying of other stuff. Food bag in 1, done. We have space to carry shit home from this place. Of sorts.
Here we go. Changing the title of that. So this is currently the first bag of holding, type 2, and then I'll make a second bag of holding, type 2, for Artemis to carry.
So yeah, I was just gonna change the text to Artemis's bag of holding on our inventory to bag of holding 2.
And then we have a bag of food in 1, which is now known as the food bag.
Which
Well,
up its way.
food and stuff.
It's the feeding bag. Feed bag.
Unless you want to go down a different route, and I have the bag 1, and then use the handy haversack as the feed bag.
Handy haversack can't hold as much food. Won't be able to hold all the food we have.
Right, in that case, you can't.
And yeah, it's there.
There we go. Artemis, you now have a second. There is now a bag of holding type 2 with your name on it.
And I
It's a
have
feed bag.
Well,
your old bag became the feed bag. You got the new bag. That's better.
So no one's throat is becoming a feed bag?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, did you want that to happen?
I'm amused by it.
To be fair, the one I was considering either the Quicksilver or Smoldering Blood. Both are kind of tempting. Just they're kind of funny, but I don't know. Of the elemental.
We've got time to let it settle in.
I don't know.
Works for me.
So while we've all been talking about the items and stuff, I actually decided that I was going to draw up the ruby, and I did. Give me a second, let me grab it. It said ruby, and it's supposed to be a stone, and then you said it's the size of a goose egg, so it made me think of an egg, so it's an egg.
yep.
That's fair.
Shiny.
It's shiny.
Very shiny.
I'm quite proud of my red circle.
Pethrax, why do I get Aragon vibes from that?
I don't know.
Is you a problem?
Why do you get what vibes from it?
It looks sort of similar to how I would have imagined one of the eggs for one of the dragons in Aragon.
Oh, well, dragon eggs are supposed to be magical.
Yeah.
Gemstones.
You know what I
even.
mean, don't you, Pethrax? It reminds me of Thorn.
Ah, yes.
I personally have never seen Aragon.
The handouts we've got.
Don't see Aragon, read Aragon.
It's like the whole watching the Avatar anime and watching the last Airbender movie. Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
don't do it. Don't do it.
Anyway,
Would you say it's a trap?
I would say
liked the movie the Last of the Airbenders, but I wish they'd done more because the story just didn't feel finished to me.
No, there you go. It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Trick,
anyways,
get an axe.
so we now have the food bag, Artemis's bag, and the party loot bag as editables in the handouts for everyone. Well, Artemis's is only editable by her because it's her bag.
Okay, well, okay.
The party loot bag is available to everyone, whoever decides to hold it. And the food bag is currently in, I believe it was Zarala's.
I can carry the loot bag if anybody wishes.
you can't carry two bags. You can't carry a bag of holding inside another bag of holding. So that would be in your personal inventory.
I'm not saying that I would be holding a bag within a bag. I'm just offering to hold it. Because he said whoever wants to take it. So I was responding.
So who's carrying the food bag?
Well,
Probably one of the best bets for that would be me or Artemis, due to the fact that we're quadrupedal most of the time.
You can carry the feed bag.
Right. So then we've got two other bags of holding to carry. One is with Artemis. Where's the other one? I have a bag at handy haversack on my back, so I can't carry it.
Okay, I already have a bag of holding. Too.
Ah.
You have a bag of holding as well?
I have it on my sheet, so maybe that's the party loot bag. But I was carrying the original bag of holding too, with the boots in it originally.
Okay.
So that might be the loot bag, party loot bag.
You've got the loot bag.
Okay, then you carry it.
Then I'm holding the party loot bag. Okay. Artemis has her own bag of holding too, and okay.
It's for, if we find something.
She's the temporary storage.
Put it in the bag.
Selenia is the bank. The long-term storage.
Who's the food? I'm sorry, who's no, the food?
No, we phrase that the first way. Who is the food?
If no one else carries it, I will take it because decent strength and quadrupedal.
And then we have a blank bag then.
I am not food. I eat the food.
I mean, the blank bag could go in one of the bags for holding until we need it.
Bag exception.
Oh, no, it can't, because you've got the loot bag, haven't you?
Yes.
And so it's just you've got the food bag. So no, we've got more bags than I thought in my head. We're sorted.
Bag of holding 1, feed bag with a weight of 15.
Right. Shall we? So we now need to decide who we're going to trust but not trust with the scroll, and how to use the tuning fork.
So, you've done your shopping, I'm guessing then?
There was just one thing actually, because I've just been looking for something that might be useful maybe for Eliza. And I have just found something called Braces of Steadiness, which are only 2,000. But they allow someone when they take a 20 on a skill check to gain a +5 bonus. Which, since she can do that twice a day, might be useful for trying to, get a highest result possible on a skill.
So she can take 10 on a lot of things.
And, well, this is take 20, but she can do that twice for any skill a day, like in extraordinary circumstances. And obviously you can take 20 on stuff if you have enough time and preparation. Anyway.
Yeah, no, if you think it's worth it.
It's only 2k, like, I think
If you think it's
I
worth it.
think it's a decent choice, in my view.
I'm sure Charlie won't mind you doing it.
Yeah, if you want to buy that for her, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I will do. Yep. Okay, so that's a wrist slot there. Yep. Okay, are we all ready then? I guess if we think we have everything.
I'm ready to delve into the unknown.
We make sure we are all fully healed, got our long rest stuff taken care of, back to full health. Ability damage and all that other wonderful stuff should be, hopefully, be at
Dealt with
least
anyway.
brought up so they can be cured.
And
Spells per day reset.
Yeah, spells per day. We decided what we're doing with looking after the scroll when we've gone.
We're going to have involve the trade princes because anything less is going to be too dangerous. As annoying as that is.
Rightio.
Unless anyone has any better ideas, and I don't think anyone had any. All of the
Sorry,
other
say that
ideas
again?
come with worse problems.
Say that again.
Do we have any idea other than trusting the scrolls to the trade prince while we are inside of it? Because any other ideas so far seem to have worse problems.
I suggest that we go somewhere on our own where no one can see us. Leave the scroll at I don't know, the bottom of a well or something like that, where no one is likely to find it, and do it that way.
Except for the people who are actively already following us around and or scrying us, like the ones that attacked us out in the desert.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about scrying.
And
That's
the ones
a good
that are
point,
following us
actually.
from the desert.
Maybe in hindsight, when we were thinking of this, maybe we should have all got ourselves necklaces to stop people from scrying on us. I know such things are real in E5, but 5th edition D&D. But I don't know whether anything in there's such a thing in Pathfinder.
There was a spell I was that I was considering that I didn't get.
Oh, there is definitely lots of scrying in Pathfinder.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's a good thought. Jack, we should have thought about that. Maybe we should have got something that would stop people from scrying. Like you can buy necklaces that will stop people from scrying on you.
Yeah.
Then they don't know where we are because they can't see. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that.
Thought of going to the trade.
I was looking at scrying as well.
Trade prince, I don't know. If we had a meeting with each trade prince, we could decide which one we felt was the most trustworthy out of all of them. But I don't know. I think we've just got to take the risk and just go for it. Either that or ask Rayhan what he thinks. Does he have any ideas?
He's already told you guys that he would secure additional guards to protect his villa, including enhanced spells cast upon it to protect him and all the inhabitants, including the
scroll
itself.
In that case, I suggest that's what we do.
Right, we leave that with Rayhan and his enhanced protections and security measures. Now we just have to learn how to use the damn thing.
And the tuning fork.
And the tuning fork, yeah.
And was there, again, the question of whether Rayhan knows anything particular of either things that are fabled to be in there that are worth looking for, or any particular dangers or odd things we should be prepared to deal with?
To be honest, I think we're as prepared as we're going to be. So I say we just go.
It doesn't hurt to ask a question. If he says no or what, then we're good. And if he says yes, then maybe we can at least listen to see what we should expect.
We can ask, but no one's been to this realm, this the realm of Karkashan in a long, long time, if ever.
Right,
So,
but that's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking you a question. There's no harm in a question.
I say we ask the question of Rayhan and see what he says.
I did.
There is no specifics on the items. There are rumors But that's all they are. As for creatures, I know that it is rumored that the God King Nex employed proteans to create this plane. There may be some of them hanging about. There is the tale of the Templars capturing a few jinn as well.
Proteins and gin.
But otherwise, mostly it speaks of how it is a paradise land for his relaxation and storage of goods.
Okay.
And did he explain to us how to use the tuning fork to get out?
So for the tuning fork, you'll need one of two things. Either someone able to use the spell Plane Shift, or you will have to find one of the elemental seeds that he used to create this plane.
Out of character, how about gate?
Gate is not good enough. It has to be Plane Shift, or find one of the elemental seeds that was made to use the plane. And they would be...
Right. What are the spells that I've got on my sword? Is Plane Shift one of them?
Dimension Door.
Or...
I
You
thought
have to-
gate was. Well, we do have. I thought gate was more potent than plane shift, but okay. Gate's 9, plane shift 7.
Oh, then obviously, yeah. Sorry, wrong way. I was thinking the other way around.
Yeah, 7. I can't use it. The cleric and oracles can get plane shift at 5.
No. There's somebody in the party who has the ability. It's not me.
Okay. So Jack, your sword has Dimension Door, Dimension Lock, or Greater Teleport.
Right.
Not Plane Shift.
Not Plane Shift.
So basically, we have someone that can use this then.
I mean, if it's like an
Yes.
item, then yeah.
Right. So if we
I
go,
haven't. My staff can use stuff like that.
right.
Oh wow! If Artemis has got Plane Shift, then that's it. That's
Plane
sort of all
shift is single target, gate is multiple.
Mm-hmm.
In that case,
Mind you, that is a charged item that takes a significant amount of charges. But it's doable. One of these days, we're going to have to risk recharging that thing. Okay, I guess when we're ready. How do we activate the scroll?
Alright, here we go. So, the Rayhan takes you upstairs to his study and brings out the scroll. He lays it on the large table and, using weights, unfurls it. Now, this was surprisingly simple. Oh, really quite a chuckle it gave me when I figured this out. If you simply cast Comprehend Language, like this, casts the spell, and you see that the glowing rune that used to dominate the entirety of the scroll instead morphs into a map of several different islands, an archipelago.
That is quite a set of islands we've got there.
Now, all we have to do is say them in name, or in order by name, and it will activate. And then we can pick where we wish to go. Obviously, we'll want to go to actual Kakashon, the mainland, and go from there.
What are they named?
Here we go. Serpent Isles, Khosravi, Kandalwal, Ismazade, Alice Kiren, Isles of Night, Kakashon. And with that, the map begins to glimmer and glow. Then, smoke starts to curl from the map, a smell of sulfur and burning leather filling the air. An instant later, a blast of fire and smoke explodes from the map, engulfing all of you. There's a sudden explosion of light and sound as the world around you becomes engulfed in this fire. The very ground itself seems to give way, and suddenly you are falling through a vortex of fire, plummeting into the throat of a volcano. Even
Wow.
you, Sargoth, or Selene, I should say, feel the pain tear through your flesh. Yet it's still strangely less overwhelming than what one might expect of a cataclysm like this. You all feel a sense of vertigo, even beyond the sensation of fire and noise and falling. Then, through the flaming clouds and firestorm that surrounds you, shapes begin to emerge. The forms of men and women made of fire and smoke, adorned with glittering jewelry and wielding scimitars of fire, their faces twisted masks of glory and cruelty, seem to rise just as you seem to fall. A few of them notice you and turn and make mocking gestures to you as they continue up out of sight.
Okay, what have we just unleashed?
Finally, a towering, burning warrior with great horns and a cruel curved sword approaches. This figure notices you well and takes the time to smile at you, bowing in mockery. Then with a blinding flash, he is gone, and the falling sensation stops. As you all come to your senses slowly, regaining the feeling that you had, all feeling seared and singed and pummeled about, all tossed in a heap across the beach that you suddenly find yourself on. Calm breeze ruffles the palm trees next to you.
Did we just go from burning sensation to oasis in a matter of minutes?
Yes.
What a ride.
I'm not the only one that saw all of that, am I?
No.
No.
Safe to say that we were falling and they were rising.
We let something. Apparently, when we opened it up, we let something out. Is the mage with us?
What have we? What have we unleashed?
As
And-
you look around for the mage, you do not see him. But instead, you see
And may I make any type of knowledge religion check on identifying anything that we saw when we were going through that, when we were doing the falling?
Even though I don't have any points in it, I'm going to do the same.
Can I transform?
yes, you may transform.
I might as well. It is.
I'm going to roll
And
history.
it would be a knowledge history check or
I'm
knowledge
gonna roll.
arcana.
History.
Oh, you do the opposite of me.
History. No. Arcana. No.
I still not gonna check.
Zarala, those were Efriti. And
Ooh,
so
not
Selenia,
swim.
you also know them as Efriti. Zarala, you know them as the evil Efreet army that had been imprisoned by the Templars of the Five Winds. And the largest one, the one that bowed, was the Efreeti Lord Javul. But as you all took a moment to gather your bearings and look around for the mage, you see he is not there. But a very large hydra comes stamping out of the surf directly towards you.
Okay, Artemis, do you have something you want to
Safe
say?
to say, Artemis, you can say it.
I told you so.
Alright. And I am sorry to do this, everyone. I am going to have to cut today a little short. My kids are giving my wife absolute hell, and she needs some backup.
Understood.
That's fine.
No,
That's fine.
it's understood, mate.
I'm gonna read my initiative. Then same number as last time I rolled initiative for the end of the session.
I'll roll my initiative as well.
Thank you so much, Pethrax. It was a lot of fun.
That was a hell of
Absolutely.
a session. Honestly, it was a hell of a session.
Oh, there we go. Does this work? That worked.
Yep.
I think Artemis should be large as well, shouldn't she? In dragon
Yep.
form.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
From a meta standpoint, we had to sort of, go into the scroll because otherwise there is no session.
No, this also just makes sense. I mean, the thing is, they were ghostly fire-made figures. We don't fully know exactly what happened. This could merely be some sort of... it doesn't necessarily mean they've fully been released. It could be some sort of preparation. We've no way of knowing what's going on. So there's no point being all doom and gloom until we find out. For all we know, they're still trapped here. That was just a kind of signal. We've no idea what's going on. So let's...
Or we've just unleashed an Efreeti army on the sort of mortal realm.
Well, nothing we can do about it. At least
No,
not
we're
now.
stuck
Anyway,
here.
We're here, they're there.
yeah, so we find Nyx's armory, we fucking get some shit from it, we kill everything, and then we leave. You know?
Oh, is this what he meant? You find
Maybe it
something, but
is.
it's not. Well, we'll see what happens next time.
Maybe it is. Maybe it
Next
isn't.
time on.
On Legacy of Fire.
I'm on Legacy of Fire.